Yes, I like to write. A strange thing, not a fling with full swing in sight. Words excite, unlike any other type of hype. Peak performances at night reduce the urge to dim the light. I write the confessions of a serial impact hacker, so and flowing with growing, so I'm not your average slacker. Step my way, end up another chapter in the life after. People practice looking hard, but hardly capture the raw essentials they search for here and there, everywhere, but still cleverly care for despair. I sway in the favor of a tech that blares out in a rare kind of tone. I own a history of mystery, pull up a stair. Witness a negative, get positively exposed, subtracted from the sum with my package not enclosed. That goes for the world, full of foes, infatuated by a generic ass people pose. Pain I say sprays like aerosol, my piece takes care of all problematic status. I loop static, then prepare you fall. Creatively right, instead of sloppily scrawl. Before you step, conquer the crawl, and practice you sprawl. Soon I'll arrive to distribute prescriptions. You saw flawlessness, but afterwards gave a fake description. All you knew was the buzz, cause of my infliction. Drain the pain and gain, hitting head on with restriction. Thanks to the inscription branded from an overhanded stance, commanded advance, but she was in a stubborn trance. Intrigued but not interested, there went my chance. I laugh at arrogance, then spy on crystallized plants inside the pocket, unzip it, then pull out the tools of the trade. And when the high fades, there'll be a new set of rules. Codename Spex, yes I like to write. A strange thing, not a fling with full swing in sight. Words excite, unlike any other type of hype. Peak performances at night reduce the urge to dim the light.
I know your style, I've seen. I know your style, now you think you're hardcore. Talking shit around for weight and on the block.
I speak to the beat, my form of ill communication, assaulting the sound under the ground. Too many faces, say something for fun. I run the lines, I let loose. The basic style complicates the simplified who get used to showing whackness. Like a medal of honor, not even considering they could one day be goners. In combat, no one's immortal, so shake hands with distinction. Spirits say my tapes control the soul through thinking. Rage sprayed vocabulary leaves the people paranoid. Void of power due to true phrases meant to be enjoyed by thirsty minds. Get a grip, you need a sip of adjustment. Any drop of confidence you had just went out the place. I deface a sucker's property. Those not flowing properly seem fraud to me. Back that ass up, cause your style's juvenile. I elude the vow, remove the smiles from a doomed child actor. Carelessly slipping over the storyline, drowning as I'm pouring rhymes. Soaring through time, experiences speaking over tracks, so chill the heat. All I do is flow more than you know. Defeat is when I eat a gang of slang slingers. Stone cold enough to give the finger. Hear me take 'em under by rocking the dealer where I linger. Sonic rays mysterious, the ability to write. Plain and simply can't be learned overnight. Not the least, neither last fast to slow you down. People thinking that they're producers cause they stole a sound. Not quite, chump. Pumped up to get pumped up. Codename Spex, yes I'd like to write. A strange thing, not a fling with full swing in sight. Words excite, unlike any other type of hype. Peak performances at night reduce the urge to dim the light. Damn.
Interrupted by the firmly established myself as the one to be heard, definitive voice of what's choice, leaving the girly MCs voice, feature the updated, not too complicated yet, not the standard to which all others are compared or rated, holding unparalleled spectrum formulated to give respect to the past and keep an inquisitive eye towards the unyet meditated, depart from customs, avoiding the seductively convenience and attractiveness of dead ends. All the local winds prevail, I set sail away from the current fervent flow of trends, stir the death to find, explore within myself, mental exceptional, well stealth and accumulated in the non-conventional, physical, trailblazing the spiritual and multidimensional, rise to the occasion type of guy when it's time to leave an abrasion on the eye of the occasional frontier that I embark upon in order to recapture the illusion of hip-hop pre-prostitution years, so we can travel on universal genius Don't get distracted from your main objective so you can make sure characteristics of your method are as varied as human nature. Cast your visual effects with your text. Go ahead and display the wide array of selected and compounded dialects. From the US Dynamics, I'll place my bets upon my flex, then deliver a fresh blow to the prospects if you're getting up and going next. Some lyricists rely on my position in space and time to lay out a calculation for the next rhyme and groove. Similar to politicians and celebrities using astrology to plot which way the world will move. Let me ask you a question now. Do yourself a favor and open up your ears. If the rulers of the free world believe in the power and the influence of the spheres, what's all the information being used for that's been gathered throughout the years? And if the stars are truly living, well aware of the enlightenment that they share with the breathing, then shouldn't you also be on the receiving end so you can start conceiving ideas to bring in the dividends? Yo, I'll start my research from within, then at least I know where I'm going with my origin being foreign to them, unable to identify, to fly, rhythm, or talk. Meteoric rise into the skies where your cries we start to mock. Wait for me, yeah right, we don't wait for anybody to kick rocks. Scourge on the blocks of ordinary, submissive enough to go back to slavery in imaginary locks, chained to a stereotype instead of causing a chain reaction of thoughts to let off a sudden burst and thunderclap rhymes flow out of the blue. Idea afloat, let me clear my throat, cause they soon will be brewed. A sudden burst. This is the influence of our differentness. Different in the influence of the dissidents. Reference to the dominance of our influence makes others militant. So give a reverence. This is the difference. Let us commence. This is the influence of our differentness. Different in the influence of the dissidents. Reference to the dominance of our influence makes others militant. So give a reverence. This is the difference. Let us commence.
Like anyone else, don't compare me to one lover. Like anyone else. Like anyone else. Don't compare me to one lover. Like anyone else. Like anyone else.
Practice that part again. Yo. I'll start my research from within, then at least I know where I'm going with my origin being foreign to them, unable to identify, to fly, rhythm, or talk. Meteoric rise into the skies where your cries we start to mock. Wait for me, yeah. We don't wait for anybody, kick rocks, scourge on the blocks of ordinary, submissive enough to go back.
Each time you wish to move ahead, you will motivate yourself, and progress will result immediately.
We don't know where it came from. We can't imagine where it goes. There doesn't seem to be any way to shut out the sound except by plugging one's ears. It's still hard to sleep.
We are being visited by a being of pure sound.
Rappers of the day are like artists of the past, known as impressionists, but my impression is the point is what they miss. To paint a picture that like scripture, only few know what it is. And what I am is a master artist that God set apart like Red Sea, so that all can see the depths I take it to. The all-natural brew, glide in like the wind and bring a fresh breath to those lacking oxygen, taking my words again, cause my thoughts like clean air are life sustaining. I come again, bust at the premises, death is not my nemesis. My climax like the Big Bang began the next Genesis, saw through pure thought and begat without blemishes, made to withstand and expand through all creation. My wisdom's given with synonym to optical information, so a video no money spent. Ran my opponents with the strength of a single split atom, that like Eve was with Adam to their death. It's their head that's taken away without the aid of a silver blade out of my slice. Don't get me wrong, believe in Christ, but if you slap me, I won't act nice, I'll slap you twice. It's not a roll of the dice, yes you get crapped on every time I grab the mic device.
My definition of an MC, not those suckers that you just had to suffer through. It's about that time for a prime example to structure views before examination. I rip apart systems of sound, surprise spectators' eyes. Watch me rise above the ground, down underneath, where I violently beat the beat. Speak on life before it peaks. No success for the discreet, so I'm prepared to tear the frame out of the claims. Catch me outside of the show, laughing about all the lames. Astounded, I guess they never knew my capability. Fuck looking cool, I'm here to deal with rules made by fake real MCs. Broke them, don't call me Spex, I'm disaster for crews. How can I lose? I fuse my mind with the master of brews. So when you see supremacy, regard it as the enemy. Redwood rap veterans who build and destroy consecutively, reaching for what's hard to touch, shake hands with plans of architecture. I draw pictures with phrases which faces the average disrespecter in the crowd. Outside the hallways of my mind state, talking against the vividness in the rhymes I make. Alternatives to what what the ignorant teach. I hope to one day scan the globe using figures of speech. Architecture. How much better could you describe a live lecture? Architecture. How much better could we describe a live lecture? It's architecture.
Each man knew his job and knew it well. When it came time for action, they were right there.
The air was clear now that the fans are operating. Are you all right?
Much better. Thank you.
Have we stopped sinking?
Yes, just in time. We're deeper than man has ever gone before, and there's something out there that might interest you,
Slang
Professor.
and strangeness, I disrespect all vagueness. Strangling phrases, dangling pages of ageless over the dangerous. Even lesser pressure points at what I'm scoping. Eyes contact, lies walk back down the slope. When letters combine to form my phrase, days turn nightly. What it might be is that demon, he-man overdue slightly. Return of the person who never left. Clever theft of a melody. Allowing what equals lethal poem. Towing away felonies, they're telling me I roam away from home. Distant the instant I instigate. Start us from trauma, through drama on a different tape. Now included the formerly excluded rebellious type. Explosively releasing verses in a way no one else could tell us. Like quite further than the average murder, savage worder. Rather be the herder than thought-provoking observer. My writings move through music at a rapid rate. Flowing past the cast of flash playwrights posted at the gates of why bother. All the above, now I author how to follow a style vile enough to not be offered challenges of any kind. Many spit so I get lost in space. The place to face by a face, chasing off in a case of mistaken identity. They all thought they were qualified. They saw the fact, looked away, soon to apologize for fooling only the fool. My door at that time stayed locked. With analysis like my record shelves, I stay stocked, prone to rock. It should be expected. Nowadays, in many ways, the obvious gets neglected. A million soldiers with no general goal. I break from the mold and say fuck selling my soul.
Put your on tour, put your record on wag. Trust me, sign your life on it.
General goal.
Ever seen the devils unstole my soul?
Fuck selling my soul.
My soul,
It
my
ain't for
soul,
sale.
my soul,
It ain't for sale.
my soul, my soul, my soul,
Say fuck selling my soul. It ain't for sale.
my soul, my soul, my soul,
No price.
my soul.
Thank you. Thank you. Only a couple of people didn't applaud that time. And you, sir, would you turn around? Thank you very much. That's right. Right this way, darling. I think you were sitting over there. Thank you.
It was nice to wanna live here. I thought you knew. All three in the street, kids rapping for a joke. Forward in the future, hip hop was crushed by the mainstream. It was too much for them to touch. A million and down to serious business. Like a home by the industry. So
People in this industry ain't nothing but scavengers.
I break, you take whatever, whatever. For a minute, kid, you broke. No chances on you got. But every time they drop a 12-inch, they don't sell.
There it is.
Fuck a contract. 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 Fuck a contract.
Into the mic. Yeah. Slang and strangeness. I disrespect all vagueness. Strangling phrases. Dangling pages of ageless over the dangerous. Even lesser pressure points at what I'm scoping. Eyes contact, lies walk back down the slope. See, this is something that is not going to be understood, not appreciated in his present time. You know what I'm saying? Isaac Glass, Brewmasta, smokes a lot in the place, over treble and bass, smacking down competition.
There is a general distinction between my wonders and your blunders. That's that I impress upon your senses images that combine into relentless buffeting to keep you from uttering, and in so doing preserving many souls from suffering. Your ideas and offerings upon the altar where you break, and your true colors are displayed, and the style with which your arrayed has been showed to be overplayed, and so the crowd grows dismayed, and your confidence begins to fade. That's why I told you to stay mute, but you refuse to pay attention. Now you pay homage to the aforementioned Brewmasta in an ascension and in another direction, cause they know the quality, control, accurateness my crew and I strictly possesses no less than an unfeigned art. Lost like the Ark of the Covenant, we cause a stark empowerment when we touch. It's evident we stand alone, preeminent, mass chaos beneath our feet. That's why we rise above defeat and overlook the lies of weak imbeciles who shouldn't speak. To take a look at the concrete evidence of raw intelligence.
Check. Moving violations, my scribe gloss through the ride. Even those not on my side know that my rhymes combined with soundscapes when on tape constantly accelerate. I record my voice to propel my fate towards unknown superstar status. Matters with a straight face, effectively rejecting thieves who get high off hate-laced hits, missing what was targeted. They came with lame aim game, frame inside a vein, reason to complain. Natural force, though I've been tainted to be cured. I still question what I'm told until I'm truly assured. I fight fear's career so it can't fade me. I chill with courageous souls cause that's who made me, not vaguely. Full attention was involved in the conception. I've grown into an analyzer waiting to invade your collection. Deep inside the AM lives what gives writers inspiration. The insider of perspiration on about to get served nations. Freestyles full of discounted words with no value. My tapes are known as how-tos. Allow me to reroute you. When lost, you choose damage for temporary escape. But when it's time to come down, hate once again relates. I create to retaliate, open wide while my stinger grows. Full of stage drama like Springer shows. I sense this through my lenses. I'm not defenseless, my spine is the baseline, backing up what my pen did. The letters MC spell out mental captivity. Not every hip-hop fan thinks they have the confidential ability. Yes, like that. Isaac Glass with the rap.
If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a. If so, let me know, cause I gotta keep a steady flow step to my bins like so.
It's a sorry situation that we're all coming from the dumb to the smart. Not a thin line sets apart. Rap is an art, but then again, life is a bitch. We dig a ditch, then bury art and go for that which we thought we lost, but never had. Stand posh with our retrieval. Was the money the root, or did our evil lead to loot? Nobody cares, these are the days of why bother. Nobody Nobody listens, we made art the newest martyr. Some you'll see throw their hands up in the air and wave them like they just don't care. Then others will follow and throw their hands up in the air and wave them like they just don't care. Used to be that the epitome of hip-hop stayed in the vicinity of don't stop your body rock. Now it's oral demoralization, equal to worldwide deforestation. Let's destroy the planet. Oral demoralization, equal to worldwide deforestation. Let's destroy the planet. Better yet, let's destroy from the face of the earth all braggadocious and flowless with no poetical worth. Self-serve, they're motherfuckers with a never-expanding girth. So they start a clothesline and they spit out movie lines instead of rhymes. It's another one of the signs of the times that hip-hop is at the precipice of becoming messageless. I take a glance over the recklessness and say, hey yo, I'd rather wear certain items for the things they denote, not for what they promote. We all know the advertising marketing world ain't nothing but a hoax, and only utilize certain words for the power that they invoke, not to reiterate the idea someone else already wrote. Now don't believe by what I spoke, that designates me as the original. There's not a soul that I know who can link claim to that individual. We're all nothing but the divine's residual, atoms vibrating at varying velocities, perpetrating the role of kings, exhibiting piety, and all at the same time performing monstrosities like the Americas will eventually unite, parallel to the European Union. I'm not afraid of a one-world government, I'm afraid of your whack ass staying on top, swallowing your own damnation in communion with a few in society who proclaim supremacy based on skin color and ethnicity, the inner circle on ancestry. You say to me, my speech is ancient and yours is neoteric, but the information just revealed was concealed prior to due to national security. They didn't want you to realize that your eyes had been hoodwinked. It's no surprise that they devise ideas that help you think on who you are and what you see, what you can and cannot be. Prefer serenity than stress to take to please all supposedly. I am the reality rap. All others plainly put are armchair analysis. From the comfort of your own home, you ain't got any microphone, nor let alone any pistol grip calluses. I seal the doom to every story. Word by word I will dispel, left as a parasite in the sediment of my disinformation trail.
Little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty.
Life in itself is already mostly repetitive, and you choose the same for your music. Why I oughta not let you live originally. I came together like a massive mist. Grew dense, then fell as millions to assure all are properly dissed. You heard me drop excessively resembling water trickling down a canopy of green shrubbery, bound to naturally create a sound inside the forest grandstand and results in timber turning stump. We're breaking ground, caterpillar style, don't turn around, keep running. This isn't a filler for the wild, this is a killer for the pile of dung strung from here to the other side called the east, and every mile in between and every scene. From the soft spoken to the mean, the do without to the fiend, powder milk up to the cream, whatever your flavor. Yo, nothing can save you when there's nothing to resurrect. When you're lifeless upon the mic, I make it my job to interject. And in my jet, right off into the sunset. Made me a missionary to the very destitute of intellect. But then they caught me, and even tried to detain me for smuggling real lyrics onto the track. They said the planets were not aligned in the proper house of the zodiac, and more than that, the mysteries of the universe were not yet meant to be revealed. But the only mystery that I know is how the hell some got a contract when the whackness isn't concealed. Something's gotta give. Life in itself is already mostly repetitive, and you choose the same for your music. Why I oughta not let you live.
I was just listening to my album.
Well, I don't blame you, Mr. President. That is a funny album.
Well, thank you, Pierre.
The reaction to your album throughout the world is just fantastic.
Well, that's nice to hear.
Oh, really? I think this idea is catching on like wildfire.
Oh, what do you mean, Pierre?
Well, world leaders are recording albums of all kinds like crazy. Here's a new batch that came in today.
The importance of these personal victories will bring you a satisfaction you have never experienced
This
before.
one I'd like to listen to. Would you put this one on the record player, Pierre?
They say Spex, why you stay home all the time? I'm busy linking samples, making space for lines. Fighting inside has me temporarily misplacing my gradual loss of patience with Western civilization powered by slanted fanatics. Crooked undertones, leaving no option, so I break the puzzle in a metronome. Publish low budget subject matter, wealthy and ridicule. Bad grin that you are minuscule. Keepers of merciless depiction, enjoy disorderly conduct. Worship expressionless assembly line rhymers who want cuts. Not much accomplished, unstuck, no luck on the expedition. Wishing someone would listen, shadowed by endless restriction. Far and near, blocked off even by those who aren't here. Trained through this brain, it's dark in here, still clear of park in here. Collision courses, damage, freeway speaking endeavors made by and for pretenders of either gender. The possessive turn aggressive cause it's typically suggested in the human marathon. Beware of cons, overly attentive to the front. I'd rather sight with oversight, insight with every wrong I write, influencing overbites overnight. You know me, please ID no introduction. My psychic reading read illegible, eligible for abduction. Concentrated corruption, calculated in a time of need. Empty pockets help me pay no mind to greed. Combine the beat, why compete in popularity contest? Am I obsolete? Sigh after each irregularity on deck. I guess most would say I'm great at throwing out my life, but instead of standard wants, I'm content knowing how to write. Slouches like to hit the brakes, accelerate to checkered flags. Laugh when a record's bad, seems I'm the one they expect to lag. Regardless if I have to stretch to grab necessities in spite of other titles, the only Spex is me. Long ago I would have been a fresh MC, now I'm the norm. Even the attention deficient listen when I perform reform. Shape the value strictly therapeutic. I'm not trying to be important, I just make music. Hoping someone can use it, hoping someone can use it, hoping someone can use it. I use my eyes to magnify fine print. Your career was just a slight overnight stint. I use my eyes to magnify fine print. Your career was just a slight overnight stint.
I hit her in the city of the whack-ass groups, the whack-ass lyrics with the whack-ass loops. I hit her in the city of the whack-ass groups, the whack-ass lyrics with the whack-ass loops. I hit her in the city of the whack-ass groups, the whack-ass lyrics with the whack-ass loops. I hit her in the city of the whack-ass groups. They faking like gangsters. They don't face me. But look at it.
If he is indeed wise, he does not bid you enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your own mind. The musician may sing to you of the rhythm which is in all space, but he cannot give you the ear which arrests the rhythm, nor the voice that echoes it. For the vision of one man lends not its wings to another man, and even as each one of you stands alone in God's knowledge.
Gangsta shit, man. Yeah. Hell yeah. Straight from the motherfucking gangsta shit. My meditation weaves through the passages. All about that. Inspiration to map out what rapping is. A communication tool meant to day and night breeds tension. Although there's numerous accounts of people saying, isn't this?
No problema, senor.
Music soothes the savage anger. Things become stranger. Day and night breeds tension. Time reveals the reason for any apprehension.
Another self-inflicting disaster, phony facades and personas, drifting dilemmas, decisions pending, pretended on delivery, time for it suspended on a shoestring. The towing of the lie via shoulder with nothing to bring. Open assumptions, was it something to do with those empirical observations or those hysterical declarations made on the date? Fate was casted on the vast plains, more than metaphors to saturate the day. Decorated with a slight touch, sleight of the hand, living by the laws of the land. And not those constituted by the evil man. I dropped the D, but it's still relevant. So what's going on? The answer is rhetorical. A lot of people nowadays are sounding horrible with no reason, unfeasible, illegal, lethal, not equal to the ways. On the basis in the days of creation, wasting energy and a whole lot of time, wasting mine. I fill my mind through my speech. I elaborate, collaborate these thoughts to these words I speak. And those who perpetrate, elevator sounding weak. Those who perpetrate, elevator sounding weak.
I'm a titan when I'm writing what I speculate. Reaching higher territory, spoken words escalate the street form. Formulating toxic chemicals, check the cassette, expose the jam and close. Specs arose, then chose expression for escaper. The art form justifies the ink absorbing into paper. I talk about the times cause there's no second chance. It takes more than a glance. I'm distant from rants, raging untold. Soldier soul for bragging rights. No blocking this rider on the expressway flight. In motionless speed, leaving trails hard to travel. I'm the alternative to hearing another sucker babble. You can battle day and night, just say it right. Avoid the persons rehearsing but hardly relaying tight. Make space, I'm a basement scientist. Those seeking flows leaking, can't rely on this. My mind slingshots thought toward the audience, distinguishing the actual from those with fraud intent. Mad at me because I speak my own style of speech. I don't need it, now it's official. The length of my reach pulls the listener in, surrounds the brain with sound waves, amplifying rhyme fixtures, leaving stages engraved. Pull the listener in, surround with sound waves, amplifying rhyme fixtures. majors, leaving stages engraved.
I wish my words were like wings so that I could rhyme over all beautiful things. Whatever brings me joy and ploy into the flutterings of my thoughts around the globe without a buck. While your sound stays stuck, metaphorically speaking in a perverse quagmire. Coming out of Babylonian type, nowadays typical, non-symbolical empire. I got a quota plug, bird of ill omen into the fire. Turned up the heat, your plan and teeth turned out to be nickel. Heard this vision, turned a black cloud walking with sickle. Hard on for grabbing the mic, turned into a limp nipple. Placed level with the dusk, and that dust crew followed with the ripple. Effects, master a brew, master mason Rex. Only to drop our neck, strike at the root, break the hex of a cloven foot complex. Analyzing what I said, I'll have you battling in your head. Whether or not you decipher is not a bet, you'll end up dead. Funny how I fist fuck up on your face, my fingers tread. Save your saliva or dehydrate on your deathbed. Save your saliva or dehydrate on your deathbed.
Carry my thoughts. Carry my thoughts. Carry my thoughts. Carry my thoughts.
Who's the remainder? What's the remainder? 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 Remaining factor. Now the mic gets manhandled when I enter the discussion, giving crews concussions from the lyrical eruption, corruption, and all of that. Seeing buildings falling flat when I captivate, decapitate the ones I'm calling whack. Here's the first step in sucker MC prevention. Money in a stack, but when I rap, you pay attention. Buy the truckload and try to get a loan for more. Styles I explore, microphone specs tour. Came into a battle when I left, I were no scars. MCs couldn't come correct if they were porno stars, so don't attempt it. A message I sent it where my flow was presented. Squadrons repented and then panicked. They wanna call a timeout. They need to regroup when I haul a rhyme out. Meet the end, it's a demo, but I'm still amazed. The enemy strays, but then they stop and gaze and wish that they could duplicate it. Then before they know it, they've been taken over like a spell while I'm flowing. Change the channel, the whole control I'll dismantle. Masterful maneuvers when the microphone I handle.
You know I walk the walk, now listen as I talk the talk. MCs can never reach this chocolate on and lock the tech. I respect, leave it in safety when you're checking out my weapon. Got a mile motherfucker step in, but with me they're stepping backwards. Make so-called lyricists backwards when I question about the vocab. But you said you're a verbal nomad, never sticking with one style. From all the info I compile, seems that you're not so versatile. Into the wild child and leave nothing but one brain cell to burn. And she don't learn once I combust, ashes don't regain fire. But nonetheless I leave you with the purest raw desire to bite the shit that I do, but realize it's not chewable. Kept in your file, labeled as brewmaster skills undoable. A black page with a question and exclamation mark, because I left you in the dark even when I spark and bring light like the night does the moon or roll typhoon on a rapping baboon. I'm a certain X because your flex is one of those I must ignore. To put it straight, your demo tape got me more than bored, so I shake my head like an edge sketch and erase any memory of your name and save my energy for real shows and real rap pros. Who knows, maybe one day we'll get signed, but for now I don't mind, cause whether we get paid or not, MCs still decline.
Who's the remainder? What's the remainder? Who's the remainder? What's the remainder? Who's the remainder? Remaining factor. Who's the remainder? What's the remainder? Who's the remainder? What's the remainder? Who's the remainder? Remaining factor. It's still the low cash chapter. Still not for the money, fool. Constantly updating you. Hey, yo, what's up, man? Yo, I'm right here. Hey. Yo, I'm right here, man. What's up? Don't you see me? I'm right in front of you. Damn. Yo, what up, man? Standing here with my hand out. Damn. I'm right in front of you. Nowadays, rappers are an astonishing All they do is boast about a growth in economy. Honestly, you think people less fortunate wanna hear you brag? All it does is motivate someone to be glad and grab what you have. I'm around when no one's there in the air. It's only fair that I'm allowed to stare down on the unaware. I'm a blank sheet destroyer, flipping off what I don't like, which is you and yours who won't score, hyping that type of psycho sideshow tales of how to straight up fail. Exhale, inhale, or tailgate my late night in mid-sale. Hurry up and talk so I can shut your program down. Sent back to town around midnight, meant enough to read the ground of the rap who's who. I'm a what exactly are you with the mysterious ability of being able to disregard you, charge you to the game to gain acclaim for a while, then fade to only reappear in a style soon to be filed under a question only Mars can ask with proper punctuation. Punks through baiting, but my relaxation left all regulation. The Ferris rule breaker in the place, spilling his chemistry. Solid is what he calls it, just a small part in the endless energy. My slide dry wit, side splits, rip joke models. Suckers try a diss, call up my Spex Coke bottles, but I magnify the fact you try touching and smell. In written form, I torn down wonder walls through detailed disruptive behavior, which disturbs the coolest hothead. I tested the blade you made and it would not shred. Without the slightest regret, I reset your steps, then move along. You should be strong and prolong your act from trying to do a song. Ever again, no function could repair the aftermath destruction. All cause of frontin' over percussion, claiming to serve concussions through discussion, but I see nothing that could verify. Through the air I fly, tearing spy strides just to clarify.
What's going on?
I'm a blank sheet destroyer.
Damn, you still don't see me?
I'm a blank sheet destroyer. Just to clarify,
let me slap you on
I'm
the
a
head.
blank sheet destroyer.
Damn, you still don't know I'm there.
I'm a blank sheet destroyer.
Damn, just trying to say what's up.
I'm a blank sheet destroyer. Just to clarify, fool, I'm a blank sheet destroyer.